Okay, what's first?
What do you think about Garcelle being the new host of The Real?
The Real can't keep a host, and is The Real gonna really stay on? It's honestly at this point giving me a Claudia Jordan Fox Soul tea. Like, I think that show might stay around if they move it to an app. I like Garcelle. I like that we're having this new resurgence of her. Her being on Housewives of Beverly Hills showed us she can be funny, she can be off the cuff, she's quick-witted. So I think it's going to be good if she stays. But
She says what she means, definitely.
and if she was replacing Lonely Love, I would be excited. But the fact that Lonely is still going to be there, I just can't. I just feel like it's going to be like, is it 3 months? Is it 6 months? Maybe it's a year. And then also it's sad because this means she's going to be like, yeah, Beverly Hills, I'm going to be a friend of the show. If she comes back at all.
So Lonnie Love doesn't really bother me that much. I don't really watch The Real like that, but I think Lonnie, she's aggressive and funny. I mean, I don't know. She doesn't bother me on the show. Like, her presence doesn't bother me.
There's just something about her where I liked her at first. That I feel like I can't quite put my finger on it, but if I could, I would have to watch it.
So, to your point, I'm just gonna say that I don't think they lose hosts like that. I mean, I think Amanda was that was a one-off thing. I mean, it's Amanda Seales. We're not surprised that she left. And then Tamara, she's been there since the show's inception, So I don't think they're losing hosts like that.
Let's not forget about Tamar.
I mean, Tamar, come on. I mean, she was a problem on the show anyway. Her and Vince. They were a cancer on the show.
Oh.
But anywho, my point is, Garcelle, I think it's a good look for her. Like, I think her presence can actually substitute Tamara and Amanda because, one, she's likable. Two, I'm sure she's easy to work with too. And someone told me that, like, I thought they were gonna try to get someone young. I don't think they need someone young. I mean, Garcelle is like, what, 52, 53? Mm-hmm. I mean, Jenny Maya is 41, and that's hard to believe. I think she'll be a good fit. I think it's a good look for her if, she doesn't go back to Housewives.
I do think that she will be a good fit. And, you have a great point. Like, maybe we don't need someone, quote unquote, young, as long as they have a young spirit, because she has a young spirit.
Yeah.
Act 52. But then again, what is 52?
Exactly.
I'll be 38 in December, and it's definitely, I definitely don't feel 38. I mean, well, no, I don't feel bad 38. I feel like, yes, I do have 38 years of experience, and I paid attention, but I don't feel old. And then again, I guess when you're 21, you think 38 is old, but then you also think you'll have it all together.
But I think Garcelle used Housewives' platform very smart.
Absolutely. It was like, okay, I'm going to come on here. We're going to be a fan favorite. And now I feel like it would be smart for her to walk away as a fan favorite where they're always begging, oh, bring back Garcelle, we want Garcelle. And I would also say, though, I think it's smart to leave too, because as she said, you can't have the same interactions because these are white women and they're afraid to have the normal interaction that you would have on a Housewives show because people are going to say that's racist. When it's like, well, hold on, you're on here to have an argument. It doesn't matter who's having an argument, a black woman and an Asian woman, a white woman and a black woman, 2 black women, 2 white women. We're tuning in to see y'all argue. And as long as you don't say anything racist, if y'all are arguing about the issue, if you're saying your shoes are tacky, I want to see the shoes and decide for myself. If they tacky, they tacky.
I think if Garcelle does stay, they need to get, like, that's why I said Nicole Murphy or Will Smith's ex-wife. Like, they need another black woman. We all can't be like proper and prim. We need like a New York or a NeNe or a Mariah. Not a Mariah, But maybe a quad or something. Somebody with the bullshit.
Nicole, I don't think Nicole Murphy is quick-witted enough to give you the reads that you need.
She's with the method.
All she gonna do is fuck your man, and you can't have that on camera. That's all she gonna do.
Fucking Kyle's husband.
Who hasn't fucked Kyle's husband?
According to Brandy, since she's not a liar.
Kyle gives me a blind eye, we're not gonna talk about it, T. I think that he had a vasectomy, especially since he already got 5 at home. And she like, look, as long as you ain't bringing no babies, I don't give a shit. Don't bring me no STDs or no babies. I don't care. No baby, no proof. Ask Wendy.
Moving on. Speaking of talk shows, did you see what Sherry Shepherd had to say?
Was it that Barbara Walters bullied her for years?
Yes, I thought it was an interesting story. She said, Barbara Walters has made me cry for years on The View.
You said the world was flat. It's not Barbara Walters that made you cry. It was the truth.
So, quote, Barbara was so hard on me. I cried for 3 years in my dressing room because she was so hard on me, but she did it out of love. Barbara Walters told her, I love you. I just need you to read a book, dear, and learn to defend what you believe and speak up.
Okay, I could not be mad at Barbara at all for that. I'm sorry. I am on Barb's side. Team Barb. Team Barb. All she said was read a book and learn how to do your job, and I keep giving you chance after chance, and you come on, you say the world is flat, and you can't defend it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the most painful experience that I've ever gone through, but it was the best experience.
The most painful experience of your life was somebody telling you to read a book or actually trying to read? Which was it? Which was it? Because she didn't differentiate.
It is kind of like, damn, honey, I'm gonna need you to read a book. I agree though. Like she did not look her best when she was talking about, the world being flat.
Barbara Walters bullied you into what? Educating yourself? Sorry. Ooh, honey. Now that's a horrible woman. She made you read.
How dare she? So we have another Love and Hip Hop past cast member that's coming out with an OnlyFans. Can you guess who? It's a guy.
No, I can't guess who. Oh God! Oh, somebody tag me! I completely.
Isn't that crazy? You know exactly who I said. Jesus Christ. But yeah, Benzino is coming out with an OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
Lord, I do not want to see that. I do not. I already have the vision in my head. Oh my God.
We've already seen his penis. Is he going to show us his neck?
I didn't.
Is he going to show us his neck? I don't know. I think that's the only thing he could show us on OnlyFans is if he could, be like, and neck. Look at my neck.
Apparently he showed himself like having a lot of muscles in the gym, but
those are not muscles. When you fry a chicken nugget, do you call that muscle?
I'm gonna send you a photo. Speaking of OnlyFans, I want your opinion on this. Let me preface. Jason Lee on his Instagram put a voting tag saying OnlyFans or not.
Well, wait, who's going to have the OnlyFans? Him or the pimple on the end of his nose? Because, I don't know who the star of the photo is. Because the pimple on the end of his nose really seems to be, it knows how to work it and be seen. I don't even want to talk about Jason Lee. I want to talk about the pimple on the end of his nose. Why is that the focal point of the picture? That is really where the picture ends and begins. A pimple on his nose. Nobody wants to look at a cokey, sweaty Jason Lee. But the pimple on his nose, it's is that the hill that he wants to die on? Is that showing he's a cousin of Kenya Moore? I'm so confused because I think the pimple on his nose could have an OnlyFans. I mean, there's like that whole Dr. Pimple Popper fetish thing. So I think that pimple, the pimple on the end of his nose, that's the star of this photo, I think that could have an OnlyFans. No, again, nobody wants to see Cokie Lee, but the pimple has arrived and the spotlight is on it.
So either way, 83% said no. That's that on that. And I really couldn't tell if he was like in the shower or this looked like a crack sweat, like a coke.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a mix of cocaine and alcohol. He's probably just thrown up from too much alcohol and he's, balanced it out with some coke. And so that's why you see the thorough sweat, because you have the throw up sweats and then you have the coke sweat. Allegedly. I'm not saying this is 100% true. This is just what I see from this picture. And pictures are art, so this picture tells a story. And that's the story I get. Now, the pimple on the end of his nose, however, I think that is his drive, his determination, and what gets his business going. And that's why it's like literally just trying to escape his body and move on to someone else. The pimple on the end of his nose.
Okay. Roger that. Oh, you should really come up with a show called Roger That. I just thought of that just now. Wow.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm gonna write that down. That might be the new station head show. Roger that.
That is a good idea. Oh my God. Pat on the back for me. You can have that for free.
Thank you.
In other news, we have an exclusive from, Tamara Tattles. Y'all take that with the salt of grain. So their exclusive is NeNe Leakes came crawling back to Bravo. This is dated August 26th. They're saying they can exclusively report she came crawling back. NeNe had a realization that the small offers Bravo and Truly originally emailed her earlier this summer was going to be all she was going to get. So she attempted to take it 2 months after they were offered. Bravo responded allegedly with, "Thank you, NeNe, for your contributions over the years. Our partnership has shattered ratings records and made many memorable moments that'll forever be cemented in pop culture history. However, we've decided to move in a different direction for Roa going forward. Everyone at Bravo and Truly Original wishes you the best in the future endeavors, and hopefully we can work again in the future." And then she deleted her Instagram.
I believe it. And I believe that. I believe it. And then Tamara Judge from OC said she had heard that NeNe wasn't coming back. And word travels in those circles. Like, people have little birdies and whatnot. I believe it's time for her to go. Like, they're letting all the other OGs go. It's like, we've watched you for, damn near 15 years now. It's too much. And unless you can really Candy Burris it and grow and change and shimmy with the platform, NeNe, it's just like Dorinda, you're a mean drunk and we're tired of you. You're a mule. You're stubborn and you've got your hooves stuck in the mud.
I think she deserved a proper send-off, though.
This is a proper send-off. Goodbye. And here's the thing. If she wanted a proper send-off, she's had years to behave properly to get one. You've decided to be a boring ass for the past 3 seasons. First, you rested on Greg's cancer. Then you were just mean for no reason every episode, and everybody was sick of you. It's just been years of, okay, like, you're not even funny anymore. You're not interesting. You don't have good reads. Your faces are inconsistent. We never know what we're looking at. So your artless, rugless, plantless house, you and your boring children can get on. But keep Greg. He can be a friend of the show.
Roger that. Oh, gosh. So I do have a surprise for you and our viewers. I will be going to Vegas to see Alex on the 16th to the 21st.
That is a surprise!
I wanted to say it to you on camera.
Oh.
See, so I could get that reaction.
Oh. I haven't seen you in
So, yeah, y'all.
fuck.
So yeah, like y'all would see the first pop roast of us in the same room. Oh my God, in ages. The flight is booked. I'll send you the itinerary.
You got me so good.
Cause I just wanted like the genuine surprise. I'm sorry.
No, I can't wait to edit this and see how my eyes get as big as dinner plates. Well, now I am very happy.
Great. I'm excited.
We are going to have a ball. I'm already going to get we got to get to propane. Well, we have to get.
Wait, what?
For the grill.
Oh, you said propane. I thought you said cocaine. I was like, what?
No.
It sounded like you said cocaine. I was like, I know my last show I said no coke shaming, but no.
No. Oh, God. No. Propane for the grill. Because we're going to grill all while you're here. Oh, we're going to have Raising Cane's. We're going to have ribs. We're going to have burgers. Oh, we're going to do your burger recipe on the grill. We've got the fire pit for roasted marshmallows. We also need propane for that. We finally learned how to work the fire pit. So that's why I was like, oh, we need propane for this too. That's why I said, oh, we'll get the propane. But
yeah.
That's so funny you thought I said cocaine. Ain't nobody got money for that. Nobody does cocaine and nobody has money for that. At least over here. If I did cocaine, I would have been thinner years ago.
Why is everyone texting me right now? Jesus, leave me alone.
You're a very popular person. You're not? You got all the friends.
Not really. Like, I really don't like people. Like, I just like certain people. Like, you know how much I vet people? I have the best discernment with friends, but the worst discernment with, you know?
Then how did I get through?
Oh, you know, some applicants slip through the cracks. You know, it's fine. See? A joke. It was a joke, y'all.
You know, sometimes it's like, I don't know how he got past security, but he sure walked in here like he owned the place. Oh my God. This is like one of the nicest things you have ever done for me.
Oh. Well, I'm glad. I cannot wait.
Oh my God, I am so looking forward to the oh, you're gonna love this house. We're gonna have the pool heat on for 4 days. And it's starting to cool down now. So in the middle of the day, you don't feel like you're actually on the sun anymore. It's only 106, not 115.
So I want to talk about some things that happened earlier in the week. What do you think about, I'm sure you said it already on Allegedly show, but what do you think about the versus battle between Monica and Brandy?
I actually have not talked about that. I think that it's going to be a good battle. I honestly hope that they play us and they say, you know what, we're going to give them something to talk about and get everything streaming and go on and fight, but play fight. Let's give them exactly what they want. We ain't going to go on here and give the Erica and Jill where it's just, you know, it's not versus, it's sisters lifting each other up in soul. I would like them to be petty, be funny petty. Like, you know, make a joke out of it. Like, people have been trying to pit them against each other for years. So go on, play it up. Play it up. Give us Alexis Carrington versus Dominique Devereux.
This is a battle that's been like in the works for like, what, 20 years? Like, I just feel like people want this ongoing feud between them. But I thought it was a great idea. I mean, finally, you know? But I think I want to just celebrate the two. But soon as that announcement happened, Stan War Twitter was ignited. Like, it was just like, oh, she's the vocal Bible. Oh, well, Monica is this. Monica is that. You know, Monica is like wasn't what with her. Now, I said on my channel that, yes, I do love them both equally. I love Monica a little better, but Brandy, I just think, had the most successful career. Like, she's the bigger icon, even though Monica has been more so like this, like for a long time. Brandy was like this, and
then like this. So that's a great analogy. Like Monica has had like a steady, strong, sold out concerts.
She's had dips, but she never went down.
But yeah, Brandy was like, I'm the first Beyonce. I'm the first Beyonce. I'm irrelevant as Reagan Simone.
First Black Cinderella, like iconic TV show. You know, like one of the best debut albums of all time. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, people are saying Monica's better, Monica's this. I like them both equally now. But I can see how Monica was the more likable one, because Brandy kept trying to have this Miss America image, and she started lying and shit. And then that horrible thing happened that involved the vehicle. We're not gonna go there, but I'm just saying that happened. But I'm excited for it. It's Monday. Hopefully this doesn't create a new feud between them.
I mean, if it does, they can use it to sell more records. They need something between them. I feel like if y'all have stands willing to go to war on Twitter so nobody's getting hurt, go on and play it up. Play it up. Go on and do a diss track about a heifer from Decatur. Go on and do one. Go on and do a diss track about a heifer who wearing lace front braids. Go on and do it. I want to hear it. Keep it light, keep it petty, keep it shady, but they could have like their own little Real Housewives of R&B, and you know, it could be short little clips, and they take pot shots at each other with songs, and we're entertained, they're entertained, and more importantly, they're paid and relevant. It's time to turn it on its head and take it back. That's what I do.
Right.
Like that commercial with Teresa and Carolyn. Teresa.
Yeah.
Caroline. like shit like that. Like, play it up.
Yeah.
I would be sisters in coin at this point. I feel like they leaving money on the table not doing it.
Oh, definitely. That's why they did it, because you know those streams are gonna go up. And I think this is gonna be the biggest versus, I think, because everybody knows Monica and Brandy. Even the whites. Like, they know that feud. They do.
I was just watching Game of Thrones, so I thought you said the whites, which are like the army of the dead. And I was like, they probably do know. We'll be doing a special after show after the verses on Station Head. Link below.
Well, I'll start first with, so I looked at P-Valley. I saw the first 2 episodes. And it's not bad, you know, like, I think I'm intrigued to finish. I'll start over because I can't see if you're reacting or.
Oh no, I was reacting. I was listening.
Oh, okay.
Start from, you can pick up from you're intrigued to finish.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to finish. I'm only on episode 2, but it does remind me of Stars. I think the standout is definitely, without a doubt, Uncle Clifford. Like, he needs an Emmy. He steals every scene that he's in. I need to watch your review. I mean, are you liking it or no?
It took me a minute to get into it, but I am now all in. And I love how they'll just give you a random penis every now and then. It's like, oh, bravo.
Oh, yeah. So something else that happened earlier this week, I think someone who needs a dragging is Masika, in my opinion. Now, when I saw it, I was just like, is this for real? Like, at first I was concerned for her. And then I saw when she turned around and said something about OnlyFans, I was disgusted. I think she's deplorable.
Her soul is as dirty as her heels.
I don't think she has one. Like, you really have to be a low down, dirty.
So
I don't even think Heffa and Skank is strong enough for her, you know?
a so-and-so. She's a so-and-so.
Yeah, like fill in the blank, y'all. Like, I really don't have a word strong enough. Like, you're really like making light of, you know, someone being like trafficked.
Oh my God, that was a low-key attack against Alexis Sky. I just realized that. Because that happened to Alexis Sky. That was what she talked about on Love and Hip Hop. And now Masika, that's what it was. It was an attack. Oh my, her and Alexis are going back and forth over that wanker who ain't got nothing today, but they still can't stand each other. And I don't know why. I don't know how you can hate somebody you fuck behind.
So then I'm guessing she got the backlash and she released the video, hey y'all, just letting you know, I did this in the name of charity. She named this charity. And the charity was like, hold on, bitch. No, we didn't approve that. We did not approve this. And then she came up with a fake letterhead to, you know, did you see that?
No!
Yeah, she came up with this fake letter of them like asking her to like, you know, bring awareness to their cause. And then the other woman, she said, I don't know where you got that from. That's not even our letterhead. So I guess the story just evaporated after that. Like I think Masika stopped messaging her. I don't know. Like I saw that video and I still can't look at like how she was like had makeup bruised and battered, and then like some type of trauma porn that she was. I don't know. I just thought it was disgusting. She deserves to be dragged for that.
I mean, that is.
It's triggering too.
I was hungry, and I am no longer hungry. That took away my appetite. I have heard of some disgusting, foul, and low down things in my life, like Kellyanne Conway. But that's even lower than her.
Yeah.
Literally, that's some Karen shit. That is the most foul, the most, like, I can't even say anything. I had heard, but now that you've explained to me exactly what's gone on, and I know that the root of this was to get at Alexis Sky, she is a disgusting being. I would say what would possess her to do that. I would say this. I think I'm going to disagree with you. You say she doesn't have a soul. I think she doesn't have a brain.
Who encouraged that? I just don't know. Who encouraged, like, did she send this to a friend? Like, hey, maybe that not be a good idea, but she wanted that reaction. Kind of like how the Kardashians kind of like do these things that involve race all the time and always gets an immediate reaction and they're always talked about. That's what she wanted.
It's funny, we don't have to do that over here because we just have good old-fashioned talent.
Just stunts and shows, you know? We don't have to put on any stunts. We don't have to put on any wigs. Like, it's just...
Well, a good wig once in a while can punch things up. Once in a while.
A short, disheveled blonde one, you know, for example. Anywho, moving on. So I saw that Marcus Houston got married to a 19-year-old. Someone said that it was Chris Stokes' daughter, but actually, that is some real tea, but actually it's his play daughter because she's best friends with his daughter. It's just, does no one see anything wrong with this in his camp? Like, he was 38, she was 17. 38 and 17.
No, I am about to be 38. The only thing I can give a 17-year-old is directions to the nearest supermarket. Like, the supermarket's right down there. That's all I can do for a 17-year-old. Oh my God.
I just realized that, yeah, 38. Could you imagine?
No. I can't imagine 24.
marrying somebody and they can't even drink at y'all wedding? Crazy.
And nobody's saying anything.
No.
It's like the tiger magic spell. It's like, look over there.
Right. It's just so crazy. Like, you have these blatant offenders in our faces, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Ridiculous.
No. Like, literally, when I was 17, you were born. Born. No. No, 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 no.
But yeah, like, I wouldn't even want to be invited to a wedding like that. Like, I wouldn't even go. I wouldn't go.
You're not encouraging this.
Exactly. So now I want to talk about Skillshare. Now, Skillshare, it's an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. You can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and just get lost in your creativity. Skillshare offers creative classes designed for real life and all the circumstances that come with it. These lessons can help you stay inspired, express yourself, and introduce you to a community of millions. Now, the classes that I took, well, one of them was creative writing, crafting essays with impact by Roxanne Gay. And what stood out to me with that class was it just basically was teaching me like knowing the why of your work and then communicating with your reader. Another class that I like by Soledad O'Brien is called Powerful Storytelling Today, Strategies for Crafting Great Content. Now, other than those classes, I mean, there's different ones like film and video, graphic design, marketing. I think it's valuable because I think we can always better ourselves with a new skill.
Skillshare has classes to fit your schedule and skill level. Members get unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes with hands-on projects from a community of millions. Skillshare is also incredibly affordable, especially when compared to pricey in-person classes and workshops. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. Explore your creativity and get 2-3 months premium membership at Skillshare.com/roast. That's 2 whole months of unlimited access to thousands of classes for free. Get started and join today by heading to Skillshare.com/roast. That's 2 free months of unlimited access to thousands of classes at Skillshare.com/roast.
All right, so this is the topic that, of course I want to mention. I mean, I'm sure you read it, and it's about your favorite, carry my bag to the Hilton.
Oh, I did not. It is a topic that I wanted to get into, like a peach cobbler. Simply, when I saw the headline, there's a reason that I didn't read it. She wasn't taking responsibility. She said, oh, the label wanted us to fight. The label did this. The label did that. You were already an accomplished songwriter with your own clout. The label didn't make you do anything, Heffa. You didn't like Beyonce like I don't like Beyonce. You called out her thievery like I called out her thievery. You call out her illiteracy like I call out her illiteracy. You call out her bad fashions like I call out her bad fashions. You won't take a picture with her and her camel on a magazine cover like I wouldn't take a picture with her and her camel on a magazine cover. However, unlike you, I know how to do it.
So I have a lot to say, of course, but for people who don't know, like Keri Hilson talked to Claudia Jordan on Fox, so she needs to get that show on a mainstream network because she's getting a lot of interviews.
No, she needs to keep it right where it is, where she can have control, and also you can have a good episode and a bad episode. TV is not where it's at anymore. Like, I feel like when you are the anchor show on an app, you're the anchor show. Like, she's Neiman Marcus. She's Pop Roast for them. So if you're winning, stay where you're winning. Draw people to the app. People are going, and it's a hit on YouTube too. Don't put that shit on TV and then it doesn't perform, quote unquote, to standard, because that's how they get rid of us. Girl, stay right where you are. And shout out to Claudia, because she has been winning with this show.
I'll give it to her. You know how I feel about Claudia, but she is doing a really good job. She's doing a good job on the show, and I can always admit when someone's doing a good job, no matter how I feel about them, or how boring they are, or how desperate they want to be on a reality show. Anywho, shout out to Claudia though. I love you, girl. So Keri basically was saying that her arm was twisted. I actually got some tea on that situation too, because I know people, you know? So I heard that, well, it's fact that Polo the Dawn was the one who made her do it, per se. They wrote the song together, like he produced the song. My thoughts on that is a lot of things. Like first, she was at the top of her game. She was 26 years old. You a grown ass woman. And she, like, Polo the Dawn, like, was the one who, like, you know, introduced her to Timbaland, and Timbaland signed her. So she was on the Timbaland's label. So you're gonna say Timbaland and Polo enticed you to do that. Okay, fine. Like, everybody has a choice. And I get that, like, oh, well, you know, she didn't want to mess up her career. Fine. Everyone has a choice. Like, it is what it is. Like, let me give you an example. On Devil Wears Prada, like, she didn't want to do a lot of things, but for her to get ahead, she had a choice. And she made that choice. No one was, like, you know, sexually abused or anything like that. No one, so don't even make it that, like, this is a choice of going after two black women. You went after Beyonce, you went after Ciara. So that's not even, that's all I gotta say. Like, basically, you made your bed and you have to lay in it. This happened 11 years ago. And this story has changed 11 fucking times. Because I remember, like I told you, I have a lot to say on it. I have a lot to say. I can't even hear you. Are you there?
No, I am here. I am just loving every minute of this. I've never had anything broken down so thoroughly. And you were like, hold on.
To progress your career, you thought it was going to be cute to, like, go after these two. Like, the thing is, the narrative changed so many times. The thing is, this was a remix. So they didn't have to release the remix. And she's like, Keri Hilson, she will let you know, back in the day, like, she wrote her song. She was known for her pen. She would brag about it. So you're going to say, oh, I didn't write that. You're going to stand behind that now? So now, first it was, oh, I wasn't talking about Beyonce. I wasn't talking about it. Then the second time was like, oh, well, it may have been, but people took it out of proportion. And then now it's like, okay, someone twisted my arm and I had to. I didn't have a choice. Okay. And then she kind of furthered the narrative. If it wasn't about her, hold up the magazine if there was no beef. Why didn't she hold up the magazine? I don't get it. I really don't. And she makes good songs. So it just, like, it frustrates me because if you're coming for Beyonce, stand 10 toes down for it. Keisha Cole came for Beyonce and Michelle. She didn't backtrack. Azalea Banks, you know how I feel about her. She came for Beyonce. She didn't backtrack. Like, that's why I can't respect that. You know, like, just come out with your new music, girl. And the horse is a skeleton right now. It really is. Because at the end of the day, Beyonce didn't give a shit. You were sitting down during her performance that was dedicated to her at an awards show. So I saw her bob her head. Y'all can go and watch it. It's the Billboard performance of Run the World. You see Keri Hilson sitting down when everyone else was standing up for her. So yeah, you believe, like, I just, it's yes. She's Denise Richards right now, and I'm Lisa Rinna. Like, own it, own it. That's all I wanted to do. Own it. It was a choice. Choices. We all got choices. If it was going to hurt her career, that means you had integrity, you know? Anywho, that's all I have to say on that. It's just, it was a lot.
Well. Well. That was delightful.
I feel like I just had to break that down for people because I'm just like, okay.
You broke it
yes,
down.
it's hard to work in the industry.
I felt like I was in court and that was like an opening argument and you were ready to give us Exhibit A, the Beyonce CD that hit Keri Hilson and scarred her cheek.
Like, hopefully she can come, out of this, with a hit or whatever. Like, she's still talented. I think she's a really great songwriter. But the thing is, just own it and move on. Like, it wasn't a smart idea. Acknowledge it and move on.
And another thing is you'll never be able to have a moment with Beyonce where it's like, I forgive you, girl. Because Beyonce is like, oh, fuck you. Fuck you. And I'm sorry. I think that Beyonce does enjoy the fact that Keri Hilson is Keri Hilson and she's her. I would wake up every day, oh my God, I had a nightmare, I was Keri Hilson. But then again, I would turn over and it's like, there's a camel in my bed. So I wouldn't want to be Beyonce either because I don't want to sleep with the drama.
You gotta take your moment to take a dig at me. I get it.
But 10 toes down, say it loud, say it proud, with my last name.
And lastly, I just want to say, like, I remember the moment I heard that remix. Keri, like, I was in Atlanta, and Atlanta goes up for Keri because, she's from there. It was 2009. I'm driving in Buckhead, and I'm listening to Turning Me On. They were introducing the remix. I was like, wait a minute. She's talking about Beyonce? Like, I was just like, huh. Like, she was feeling herself. Like, she was at the top of her game with that song. That song was hot. So she was feeling herself. She was like, oh, I'm next, and I'm like the next Ashanti, like I'm about to blow up. So she came after Beyonce and Ciara, and I'm just like, okay, if you feel that way, like, own it. That's all I'm saying.
Who wants to be the next Ashanti? A 2-album wonder.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know how Ashanti had like a really good like debut.
A really good 2 albums. She did. She had a great, 5-year run. Rain on Me is one of my favorite songs. I would even give her from 2001 to 2007. But once because once the Declaration came out.
2003.
Yeah, exactly.
Once Beyonce came out.
2 albums. She had 2 albums. And so I wouldn't want to, she's rich. So I'd like to be richer. So yeah, I could take that. But, it is what it is.
50 Cent says he cannot be canceled. Quote, end quote.
He also said that cancel culture targeted straight men. No, here's the thing. There are a whole bunch of straight men out there minding their business, not getting canceled. I would say this, everybody in the audience right now, y'all know some straight men that are not being canceled because they ain't done shit worth being canceled. You got fathers, brothers, husbands, boyfriends, cousins, and co-workers that are just minding their business, living their lives, being nice to everybody, not being canceled. There are a lot of good men out there. Nobody's talking about them because they're not being canceled. They're not doing anything to be talked about. We only talk about people that need a talking about. Like you, 50. Like you. Now, just because you decided to crossbreed with a pit bull doesn't mean you can't be canceled. The thing is, you're just such a piece of shit, and your children can't stand you, that we've simply decided to look at the art and not the artist. Well, because no one wants to look at you. You're as ugly as your soul.
There's a lot of heterosexual men that, that aren't bullies. They're not misogynists. They don't, constantly go after Black women. Their children actually likes them. Yeah, I mean, honestly, now looking back at it, I can see why he was shot 9 times.
Thank you. And we know why. Every day you open your mouth, that's why you got shot. And some days you think, I wish they had better aim. Shit. I could have lived how we be in the club.
Jeez. So this is a quote from Khloe Kardashian. Quote, quote, I post single shit, taken shit, random shit, and y'all just assume shit. Well, I don't have to assume that she has different heads. I also have to assume that, that she's a desperate floozy. But why do you think she posted this?
Her mother told her to.
I could see that. And the show's coming up. They need something. They need some type of controversy.
That's why she's returning to her own vomit, AKA Tristan.
I think it comes out like mid-September, but watch that a story comes out involving the Kardashians in some type of way. So, right before their show airs. Kardashians, media, outrage. It's cyclical.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. And that's how they're going to keep being talked about, because they know what they're doing. Because they're hand in hand. They have a direct line to TMZ. Direct line.
Like, I think TMZ calls them and says, okay, girl, what's to it?
Exactly. Future is no longer with Lori Harvey. I'm really surprised she got out of it. Not pregnant either. She's smart. She's a smart one.
Chris Brown, he got mad when people brought him up with the Tory Lanez situation. And it's like, I'm sorry, boo. You are the poster child for domestic violence.
That's going to be attached to him forever. And it is what it is.
And you did it more than once with more than one woman. So I'm sorry.
Exactly. Choices, too. Choices that can change your life. Had that Rihanna situation not happen, he would be a completely different artist on a different tier.
Or he could be irrelevant.
I don't know. Like, he was on track to be like MJ. But other than that, no.
I don't know. I think the coke would have got to him eventually.
Look, there are two huge artists right now who, like, coke is like fuel. That's The Weeknd and Bruno Mars. Like, between them, oh my God.
I want to know, how is The Weeknd so pudgy with all the cocaine he does? You don't have an appetite.
Oh, he lost the weight. He lost the weight, though.
Really?
I think so. Like, when he started out, I was just like, oh, this who that voice is? And then he kind of grew into his looks. I was just like, okay, I can kind of see it now. He used to be a little, like, lumpy,
He
used to be lumpy and disheveled.
He still looks lumpy and disheveled to me.
Because when House of Balloons came out, because that is an amazing EP, I was just like, oh my God, who is this? I used to play that all the time. And then when I saw him finally, I was like, oh, this is the reason why he didn't show his face for so long.
Like Sia.
I honestly still don't know what Sia looks like.
Oh, you don't want to. Nobody wants to look at that bug eye. That's why she had them big wigs.
In other news, KFC retires their slogan, finger licking good. I just thought it wasn't necessary, It just seems like...
I think they just wanted some full free press and promo.
I think so, too. It was just so weird.
It's very, look at me. Oh, yes, we're in the pandemic, too. Look at us. And they're like, okay, we're KFC, so we really got to be cautious with our Black Lives Matter shit. Like, we can't be naming sandwiches after stuff, or, we'll get canceled. So let's just go with the virus.
I'm a Popeyes guy anyway. Like, I would only go to KFC if I'm, like, desperate. And there's a KFC, like, a block away from me, whereas the Popeyes is, like, 3 avenues away. So sometimes I'll go to KFC.
And it's down a hill. Like, you walk down and up that hill, you are committed to Popeyes, sir.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get, no, I don't. I'm hungry. Damn it, I'm hungry.
I had the chicken sandwich when I went to the beach. Oh, God, it was so good.
Maybe I'll order some KFC. Not KFC, Chick-fil-A. There's a KFC right by me, too.
They're always wickedly convenient. Like, why isn't Popeyes ever that convenient?
Or Chick-fil-A.
We have some breaking news.
That Masika got fired for that stupid stunt she pulled.
Yeah. See what happened when you make stupid choices? Oh my God.
Well, I mean, I don't expect much from someone who doesn't know how to clean themselves. I mean, when you're walking around with feet that dirty, I can't imagine what the rest of the body has going on.
It's just funny that she just immediately got fired afterwards. She refused to apologize.
Well, first you have to apologize, and they needed to fire her anyway because she's Masika.
And the show that she was on was covering like trafficking too. So she thought she was really doing a good thing.
No, she thought she was getting some traffic to her OnlyFans so that we could see that used, beat up slot she got.
Oof. Hopefully I'll never see her on TV again.
I agree. But all she wanted was to get some OnlyFans coin. And she said, if I have to use trafficking to bring traffic to my site, so be it. And that's what a shitty being does. And the thing is, you fucked Fetty Wap, so what's on OnlyFans of value? Like when you let Fetty Wap nutting you raw, I don't want to see anything you have to offer.
For Married to Medicine, allegedly, Lisa Nicole Cloud will be returning, as well as Carrie Wells from season 1, I believe. They've been pictured twice, allegedly. On Dr. Heavenly's Instagram, you can see Carrie Wells, Heavenly, Toya, Simone, Jackie, Lisa Nicole, and Contessa. I mean, Lisa Nicole did bring the drama, but she brought it with quad. So I'm not really sure how interesting she's going to be. But this is allegedly. I mean, I wouldn't mind her coming back on the show.
She is married to a messy bottom, no pun intended.
I thought they divorced.
She left her bottom?
That's what I thought. I mean, I could be wrong.
Who's she gonna peg now?
I don't know, but I heard she was divorced for some reason. I don't know. Well, hopefully this season is decent. I'm not sure how good it can be, knowing that they're filming during, the pandemic and shit like that.
I think it's either going to be very boring or it's going to amp up the personal relationships because you don't have that much contact with other people, so whoever you're around is going to get on your nerves. So Jennifer Williams is producing a documentary on how her and other ladies were fleeced by her ex-boyfriend, Aaron Nichols. Now, honestly, I mean, she ain't got anything else to do, and I guess this will be her little plot line on Basketball Wives, trying to be an advocate for those who are, simps ready to be taken advantage of. But when you give a man a car and he won't give it back and you can't call the police, it's because you co-signed. You co-sign.
She really doesn't have that great choice of men. Like, just from her track record, she does not choose the right men.
She likes ugly men. To close it out, Dorinda Medley, her new apartment? It was free. She was living there rent-free, promoting the building. And Candy's daughter is in that same building, so I bet she had the same deal. So now that she's off the show, people are wondering if she's going to still keep that apartment because she's renting out her Upper East Side apartment for $10,000 a month while living in a $10,000 a month apartment rent-free. Rent-free.
Wow. And I believe it because Candy loves a deal. Like she's the most thrifty millionaire I have ever known.
Thrifty. Very thrifty.
Yes. Like she could be worth $30 million. You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it.
Not by her looks, her hair, or her makeup.
I instantly thought of Giselle for some reason because Giselle needs help. She needs a stylist and a decorator.
She can't afford either.
Because she put it all in that $900,000 barn. Like, you can literally, it literally looks like a stable. It's tragic, I think.
We're ending, okay, all right. And on that note, I'll see you before Giselle's stable sees a horse.
I'll see you soon when she gets a proper decorator and a hairstylist and a stylist and a man. Okay, I'm done.
When your hairstylist says that looks like coochie hair, you should probably throw it away. You said a $900,000 barn. A Green Acres tea. Brava. Brava.
Well, all righty.
I'm never going to be able to call it anything but that.
A barn. Well, all right.
All right. We will see y'all soon. Barn.